Hey guys, welcome to the show. How's it going? Let's check, make sure everything's working well. Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you for joining me. I'm Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad. I am here on a cloudy, cold, rainy Sunday morning. Thanks for joining. It is, what time is it? I think it's 8 o'clock, 8:30 here in Sri Lanka, and it is chilly. It's like 24, 25 degrees Celsius, a little chilly, a little cloudy. It was raining all morning earlier today, uh, and windy. Now it's stopped raining, but the sun still hasn't come out. It's cloudy, very gray and cloudy. Thanks for joining me. It is January 12th. I think it's February. January 12th. Thanks for joining me. Please say hi if you're watching. Please comment. Let me know your name and where you're watching from. I would greatly appreciate it. We can chat. Ask me any questions. Make any comments. And let's talk. We're going to talk about my upcoming vacation. And what is the difference between vacationing and traveling? There's a huge difference. And we're going to talk about today. And I want to send a special shout out to my friend Chris. I met up Chris a couple days ago. He is a YouTube subscriber, a very special YouTube subscriber who came to Sri Lanka for the next almost 2 months. And he is traveling. He's leaving today from Negombo, and he is traveling all over the country in an electric tuk-tuk. My goodness, I am so envious of his adventure. I met up with him a couple days ago up in Negombo. You guys can see that video, I think, coming up on Monday or Wednesday. That video is going to come up on Monday or Wednesday. Met up with him and had dinner. And he bought me a coconut. That was so cool. He bought me an actual coconut. That was really good. He did. Thank you, Chris, so much. I know you're not going to be able to see this because he actually left early this morning for Kandy. He left very early this morning. So safe travels for you, brother. I hope your travels are safe and that the food is delicious. That's very morning. Ah, there he is. There's Chris. There he is. Yes. So, well, hey, you know, one of the things I was going to tell you, Chris, was that you lucked out on the weather. It is cool and not sunny, so it makes traveling a little bit better. But please be careful on the roads. All right, brother? That's the most important thing. Arrive safe and eat well. That's the most important thing. All right. Yeah. So, Chris, it was a great time meeting Chris, and he is now the third or fourth subscriber that I have met in Sri Lanka. That is amazing. I love it. It's, you know, just so much fun. And he's a great guy. And he made a very special donation. That money is being transferred to our charity, and I'm going to put a link below. You guys can check it out. Giving Hope Sri Lanka. And this is not my charity, but this is the one that I found that is a good charity. So here's their Facebook page, Giving Hope Sri Lanka. Or you can look it up, Giving Hope Sri Lanka, all 4 words. And what they do is, there is this woman that my mom knows in Canada. She's a Canadian Sri Lankan, and she has contacts here in Sri Lanka, and they find people who need help. And they will support these people. And how they make sure that everything is, you know, above board is that it's vetted by the local police to ensure that the person asking for help actually needs help, and it's not like, you know, um, scam beggars or what have you. And the other thing that we found is that it's better to support people outside of the cities, because in the cities they can actually get social services. It's the countryside that can't. So, uh, yeah, Chris, you take care, brother. Yeah, we had lunch, we had drinks at the Heritance, which is a 5-star hotel, and then we had dinner at a roadside restaurant. So you take off, brother. 2 weeks from today, I'll be in Thailand. I'll be in Thailand 2 weeks from today. So you take care. Have a safe trip, brother. So the charity that we do, I want to explain a little bit more about how we're doing things. It's not official. Okay, this is not official. I'm not asking for anything, but I personally sponsor every month. I take some of my funds and I donate it to them to help support this charity. We found that helping the people outside of the cities where is the best, because they don't have access to social services because they're so far away from everything. So I have 2 revenue streams from YouTube. Number one is I'm monetized. So if you watch a commercial all the way through, click on the link, I get ad revenue. That's passive. Okay, you guys don't have to do anything. You just have to a little bit of your time. And I would greatly appreciate, lots of love to that. It's not a huge amount of money because my channel is very small, but that money defers the costs of me running the channel. So I have to pay for the editing application that I use. I have to pay for the thumbnail application that I use. It's not a huge amount of money, but you know, I spend more than I make. The second revenue stream is by donations. So I have sponsors. So I have a couple of people who are members. So if you're interested in sponsoring a charity, the money I get cash from people directly. Like, let's pretend you click super chat right now, and you click the super chat and you donate today. Let's say you donate $5. I will match that $5, and that cash will go directly to the charity. Okay, straight off. So Chris donated 22,000 rupees, which is about 75 US dollars. That money has already been transferred to the charity, and I matched it. So I will match all donations until I start getting thousands of dollars. Then I'm not going to be able to match the donations. But right now, we have Chris was a great supporter. Terry has supported us a great amount of money. Darren sponsored us a little while ago when he was here by buying me a coconut. So if you buy me a coconut, if you do a super chat, if you do a direct deposit to my bank account or what have you, those monies are matched and then transferred directly to the charity to support children who are going to school with shoes and books and pencils and paper and things like that, clothes, families who need like medical attention. If you just look at the Facebook group, you'll see what things they do. And again, all of this is vetted by the police to ensure that the person receiving it is actually requiring it, and they don't receive cash. They never receive cash. Maybe a tiny little bit, but most of the cash goes to buy goods. So for example, shoes, backpack, notebook, pencil, those types of things. Bulk food items, like dry goods, like rice, canned foods, vegetables, things like that. Sugar, things like that. Things that are luxuries and expensive today. Today in Sri Lanka, sugar, rice, very expensive. And those are staples. So but that's what we do. So those are the two things that we're doing, and I hope you guys can or decide to help out. It would be great. We can't solve the world's problems, but we can help one person, and I truly believe that education is the way to go. If we can educate someone, they can help themselves, and then they can build a life and then help others. So it's like a pay it forward kind of thing. I don't know. You know, I have enough money that I can give it all away, but the reality is we need to take care of ourselves and our family first, and then if we have extra, we can give to others. I'm just watching a bird sitting on my windowsill. It's so cute. It's a big bird too. We actually have a bird's nest downstairs, outside the kitchen window. Birds have built a nest outside the kitchen window, and it's currently occupied. About 2 or 3 times a year, they'll lay eggs there. The same bird. It's really cute. Anyway, so we're going to talk about vacation and travel. So if you guys have any questions, hit me up on the charity. Hit me up on personal message. Oh, I speaking of, I received a message from um, a friend, a new friend, Deepak. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. Yeah, Deepak. He is an Indian, British Indian, and he has been living in the UK, and he found my channel as well and is interested in retiring as well. And he's traveled Southeast Asia now. He's getting to that retirement age, and he wants to um, um, collaborate on a video. He has a small channel just like me, so I'm going to give you guys that link. If you guys could please go to his channel and subscribe, Life, Joy, Adventure. Click on his link, let him know that I sent you over, and check out his channel. He's got a small channel just like me, about 4,000 people, and he talks about travel and retirement and how to live life. Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Really interesting guy. We just had a very brief conversation on email, so we're going to probably have a live conversation in the next few days, when I can find some free time, and discuss next steps, like what can we do to work together, what is he looking for, what can I do, how can we benefit each other. So that's what we're gonna take and see. He's coming to Southeast Asia in April. Hopefully he'll come to Sri Lanka and we can meet up and maybe create a video together. Speaking of which, so again, I'm going to get to today's topic of vacation versus travel. What's the difference? But an interesting thing happened just this week. So all of you know Lady Sarah. She is my travel partner and best friend and my retirement partner. And I have been trying, or my goal is trying to convince her to retire with me and travel with me full time. I'm trying to convince her to go online, teach online, and where we can travel for 3 months and then work for 3 months on an island somewhere, then travel for 3 months and then work for 3 months in an island somewhere, and work and travel. So, what does that look like? Well, we don't know because we've never done it. So I want to try it, and I'm trying to convince her. And something happened just this week there are things that happen in your life that kick you in the pants, that give you the impetus to change. And I heard a very interesting quote recently. Let me go back to that quote. I need to find that quote and listen to it specifically. What you're not changing, you're choosing. Okay. And I remember it was Albert Einstein or some famous person who said stupidity is when man attempts the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So here's the situation that occurred. Talking about that is, I mean, the woman's 31, 32 years old, and very successful, works very hard, and she got fired for the first time in her life. And I asked her that. See, she texted me and said, I'm so upset. My company just told me that they don't want me next semester, which is March. So her contract expires in February and they don't want her back in March. And she worked really hard, is what she said. She worked insanely hard. And so she was very upset. Like, she was like, oh, I hate everything. I'm so angry. What should I do and everything? So I didn't realize it was the first time she ever got fired. So I'm, trying to give her some support and give her some advice and everything like that. And I'm trying to say, get angry, get upset, cry, scream, plot revenge. But then you know what? Just focus your energies on being better. She goes, should I talk to my manager? And I'm like, do you actually want to work somewhere where they don't want you? Does it really matter why they don't want you? If you believe you did a good job, then yeah, maybe you should have an exit interview and have them explain, your failures or your areas of opportunity so that you can improve for the next time, right? But this is not a career. This is a job, okay? So she calmed down after a few days and realized, you know what, you're right, she's very spiritual. So I sent her some, quotes that I felt would inspire her. And I said, the challenges that you're being given today are either going to beat you down or make you better. Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to curl up in a ball and give up? Or are you going to take the challenge that was given to you and overcome it and be a better person? So she eventually realized, you're right, and that's why we're friends, because she relies on my life experience to help her be a better person. And I appreciate her one-track mind on success. So those of you who don't know, Lady Sarah is my best friend, 10 years. Travel buddy, travel partner. She is like up here, financially sound. She's well off, self-made, so she set herself a financial goal and she achieved it by the time she was 28. She bought her first house, apartment, cash at 28. Her goal was at 30. She did it at 28. Then she set another goal to set by 30. She did it by 31. And now she set herself another goal to retire by 40. I'm going to try to get her to push it to 35, or actually in the next 2 years. So when we go on vacation this time, I'm going to give her some advice and push her towards what I think she should do. I'm going to give her options at what she should do, and she'll choose whichever one she wants, but I'm going to show her what she can do. So she was like, oh, I want to get back onto YouTube. She has her own YouTube channel. But I'm going to suggest to her that we do 2 channels. So she goes back to her YouTube channel, which is Sarah's Menu. And what she does is she eats food. But she is a perfectionist. So she takes so long to make these videos. I'm going to show her how to make videos easier, like what I do. Then I'm going to suggest that she and I create a lifestyle vlog, like what I'm doing right now, where I video and she talks, because she's much better looking than me. And we talk about moving like how people can move into this lifestyle. Like what I'm doing here on this channel, we'll do together on that channel. And that channel will be much more successful because it's a partnership. Her looks and her intelligence and her style with my knowledge and experience and background and video editing and shooting and everything like that. So she's too much of a perfectionist. So she takes weeks to make one video where I take a couple of hours, right? So I'm gonna, like I said, I think I talked about this on another video where I am going to shoot a fake video with her. And I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna put it together on the laptop and I'm gonna show her this is a video. I'm gonna ask her, what do you think of this video? Here's a 5-minute video that I just made of us for the new channel. And open her eyes to the options and possibilities. So vacation and travel. What's the difference between vacation and travel? Well, vacation is something you do in 1 week or 1 weekend. You go, you sit on a beach, you drink and eat and do nothing. Or you do a few little day trips. Then you go back to your life. And when you go back, people are like, oh, you know, people always go, oh, it's so nice to be back home. Or, oh, you know, you feel refreshed, you're re-energized, you're ready to go back to work, back to the thing that made you need to go on vacation. Does that make sense? Let me ask you something. Super spicy hot chicken wings are really delicious when they go in. And it's a pleasant experience, you know, depending on this level of spiciness. You don't want it too hot, but hot is still good, right? It's really delicious. It's a I don't want to say pleasant. It's an experience that some people enjoy. But I don't know anyone who enjoys the next day when it's coming out. That's not pleasant. But we still suffer for that one few minutes of pleasure or pleasantness. Why? Is it worth it? I say no. I say no. Take away all the unpleasantness in life. So what? You don't get to experience those hot chicken wings anymore. There are plenty of other nice things you can do that will satisfy your cravings and your urges. Okay, whatever they may be. You can shift it. And this is what I want to try to help people understand. You don't need to suffer to enjoy life. You can remove all of the things in your life that cause you drama, cause you stress, cause you pain. And you can replace it with things that you enjoy. Yes, you might miss that, but does it really matter if you're still enjoying life? Like, I don't drink soda anymore. I only drink water. I haven't had soda in years. I mean, come on. No, sorry. I'll have soda once in a while, but not like I used to drink every day. I'll have soda like once a month. I have junk food once a week, but otherwise I'm eating healthy and enjoying, because you get used to it. Right? Everything should be in moderation. That's the thing I'm saying. So let's get back to this, vacation and travel. So vacation is a short thing that you do to recharge and go back to the life that made you want to go on vacation. That doesn't make sense to me. Travel is when you live outside of your comfort zone. And here is where people are afraid to take that first step. People are afraid to take that first step. You are. You. I'm talking to you. You are afraid to take that first step, to get out of your comfort zone. That's why I always say, learn to live life. Don't let life live you. What that means is, if life is living you, you are not living life. And what that means is, let's get up and go to Thailand tomorrow. Oh, I can't. I have work. I have family. I have job. I have bills. That's life living you. Now, you've made those choices. I'm not saying they're bad choices, but you've made those choices. I have removed those anchors out of my life. I don't have family. I don't have debt. I don't have children. All right. I don't have responsibilities. So I can just get up and go whenever I want. So I can travel, which is what I'm doing this trip. Lady Sarah can't. She has to come back and forth. So I said, I'm going to go to Thailand. Lady Sarah's coming with me the first week. 4 weeks, I'm going to stay by myself, hanging out with friends. I'm going to work. A little bit. The first week I have to work. The second and third week, I don't have to work, because my contracts are expiring. So, and then the fourth week, off to Vietnam with Lady Sarah. And then I'm coming back and flying home. So I'm traveling. I have 2 weeks of vacation and 3 weeks of traveling. Eventually, the plan will be that we travel all the time and then vacation while we're traveling. So I have actually figured out the visa situation. I'm going to be doing a video on visas in Sri Lanka and travel visas around Southeast Asia, because that's a big deal. People are always worried about visas. And they feel that if you stay in one place longer, it's cheaper. And it can be, but the reality is, and here's what I've kind of figured out, and I got to do more research on this, is tourist visas in certain countries you can get for quite a long time. So you can get 90 days in Vietnam. You can get 90 days in Thailand. You can get a year in Cambodia. You can get 90 days in Indonesia, and you can get 3 years in the Philippines. Now, the visa in the Philippines is very expensive. Very expensive. Not very expensive. It's about $25 a month. It's $200-300 a year. That's not a huge amount, but it's still, you got to factor that in, right? Whereas most of the other visas I'm talking about, even with the extensions, are nothing, like basically zero, just a processing fee. Philippines takes advantage of this long visa. So technically in 1 year, I can travel 4 times to 4 different countries, or even 2. Thailand allows 3 visa on arrival visits in 1 rolling year. So I could go 3 times. So I could go 9 months in Thailand. But I have to leave the country and then come back. And I wouldn't do a visa run because it just causes too much problems, right? I would leave for 3 months and then come back. Like I would go Thailand for 3 months, Vietnam for 3 months, and come back to Thailand. All right. But here's the thing. I have not been to Cambodia. And since I'm a beach guy, we could find a really remote, quiet beach somewhere and then work for 3 months. And then go to Vietnam, which I'm going to, my first time. I've seen so many great videos on Vietnam. And then hang out. I don't have to keep coming back to Sri Lanka. Now that dad has somebody taking care of him, I don't have to be here. Now that mom has her freedom to go and enjoy life, I don't have to be here. So I can just be close by. I mean, I'm only a few hours away if anything happens. So I can travel. And and here's the beautiful thing about traveling. you can avoid the monsoon seasons. People who pick one place to live have to suffer through the rainy season. So, for example, people who live in, let's say, uh, Pattaya, Thailand, they have to suffer through 4 or 5 months of rainy season where they can't really do anything. So it gets boring. Now, you can work, but if you're fully retired, do you really want to do that, or you want to sit around your house all day? And when you get bored, you eat and you drink, right? So that's not living. Okay, that's not living in retirement. That's that's like what you're doing right now, but you get bored. If you're living in Chiang Mai, then you're getting in the burning season. If you're in Bangkok, it's the pollution. If you're in Phuket, it's the typhoons. If you're in the Philippines, it's typhoons. If you're in Vietnam, again, it's a rainy season. So you have to move through the rainy season. So for example, I'm planning an August, October Vietnam trip at the end of this year. So August, they're saying go to the East Coast. And then in October, go to the West Coast. You'll avoid the monsoons. Same as Sri Lanka. We have 2 monsoon seasons. We have 2 areas that are covered in monsoons, the south and the northeast. So you have to avoid those. When it's monsooning in one area, it's dry in the other. So once I calculate the monsoon cycle and the months of where 2026 will be a year full of travel. And my goal is to try to get Lady Sarah to come with me for a good portion of that and work remotely. And if I can convince her to do the YouTube, then that'll be perfect. If she wants to make money off of YouTube. And I said, if we get a decent channel and we do what some of these vloggers are doing, travel vloggers, and they're getting 100,000 views. If you get 100,000 views, so generally they say 500,000 views to make $1,000, 500,000. And I think $1,000 a month would fund our life very easily, including flights. Plus our investments. If we can make 500,000 views, I mean, it's not easy. That's not easy to get 500,000 views. Getting 100,000 views, easy. Easy to get 100,000 views, I think. With the right marketing and the right positioning, 100,000 is easy, in my opinion. 500,000, that's a couple of years down the road. I mean, like, let me look at my friend's channel. He is doing his videos. This is Alex from Thailand, and his channel is blown up. He's got 15,000 subscribers, and he's doing, oh wow, he got 500,000 views on one of his videos, but his videos are generally doing a few thousand views, which is good, but he's getting sponsorship. Like once you get to 500,000 views, you're getting sponsors, which is where you'll start to make your money, right? Sorry, once you get to 1,000 views per video, then you start getting sponsors. But I'm just looking at the passive income from ads. That's what I'm basing it on. Sponsors are gravy on it. So yeah, everyone talks about this. but we're not going to rely on it. She and I both have our income, our savings, our investments, and income. I mean, even though we won't make as much as we used to working online, that's still enough to pay for our monthly expenses. We work 1 week, we live the rest of the month. We don't have to work. So if we work like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the rest of the week we have to do whatever we want. You know, you don't have to go to the beach every single day. It gets boring after a while. And when the weather sucks, you know, then what are you going to do? So we can this is what I need to get into her head. I need to get into her head, and she needs to see me doing it. So I think that that's going to be a good thing. I need to get her online. And I think 2026 is where it's going to happen. It's going to happen in 2026. Because I'm going to, after we finish in Vietnam in October, I have a plan to move to Philippines for 5 or 6 months. So that in February, March of 2026, we will do 2 vacations in Philippines. So I'll already be there. Because it's the flights that cost so much. But if I'm already there and I only have to do a hop instead of a full flight from Sri Lanka to there, I'll save so much money per year. I mean, if I can go from Bangkok to Hanoi for $100, why the heck not? You know, if I can go from Hanoi to Manila and then to $50 flight to Cebu, come on. From Cebu to Bohol is a ferry boat, a 4-hour ferry boat. From Cebu to Palawan is $150. So that's what I got going on up here. You just got to put pen to paper and figure it out. So that's the difference between vacation and travel. Travel is living outside of your comfort zone, living outside of your citizenship. Vacation is living inside your citizenship because you're returning home. You have those anchors. So she has to sell. I'm going to tell her not to sell her house. I'm going to tell her to rent her house out. Rent her house out. She has no mortgage, so it's pure profit. Pure profit. Rent her house out. Get herself a good laptop, good, strong, sturdy, expensive laptop, and let's travel. I'm gonna show her what I do and let her make her own decision. She's gonna see it, but she's the type of person who has to see it. I can't just explain it to her. She just has to see what I do and then look at the piece of paper and see the money coming in and the money going out. She has to see it and see how easy it is and see how happy it is. And she asked me the question, she goes, don't you get angry at, losing jobs and stuff like that? And I said, oh, absolutely. She goes, how do you deal with it? I said, just focus. She goes, well, how do you do that? I said, it's not something that I can just explain to you. I have to sit down with you and I have to show you, and it takes years. It took me, 10 years to figure out how to do it. And the realization is that nobody cares. Only you care. So she's like, oh, I want to fuck them up, and I want to do this, and I want to, yeah, but will they remember you in 2 years, in 1 year? Will they remember you in 6 months? Maybe the kids might remember you, but they won't care. And in 2 years, will there be any of the same teachers there? No. Maybe the managers and the owner, yeah, but they don't care. And that's the reality of the world today, is that people have to figure out that nobody cares about you. Some families don't even care about each other. So the only person you need to care about is the person who you are and the person that's closest to you. If you can find someone. That's why she and I get along so well, is because we've figured out that we care about each other, not for any other reason. We're not dependent on, and see, here's the other thing, we're not dependent on each other. She has her own money, her own ideas, her own goals. One of the things that we do when we travel, when we go on vacation, we take time to ourselves. So in the morning, we'll go have breakfast, and then we'll go out to a beach or do something right during the day. And then by about 3 o'clock, the weather starts to get a little chillier and windier. That's what happens, is that the wind starts coming in, right? And you're tired after being in the sun all day. The best sunlight is 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. After that, it starts to get cloudy, it starts to get windy. The ocean starts to get rough. That's the way the wind works in Pattaya, I've found. So by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we're back home. You're tired. So she likes to go for a massage. I like to take a nap. So that's where we split off. She goes and does her thing, and then we meet up for dinner. We meet up, I mean, she'll probably come home 2 hours later after a massage and have a clean up, have a wash, and we'll get ready for dinner. And then we'll go out for dinner. Now, couple of times, not every time, couple of times, she's wanted to go eat one thing, I've wanted to go eat another thing. So I just say, okay, you go, you enjoy your dinner, I'll go enjoy mine, we'll meet up for coffee afterwards. You know, we don't drink, so it's not like we're going out to a bar, and we're going to go to bed early because we got early day the next day. We like to both get up early and go enjoy the full day. So that's another key to a partnership when you travel, is to be separate, have separate things. Go off and explore and do whatever you want to do. You don't have to be together every single minute. All right, so I think that's enough of me talking about that. I hope you guys are doing well. I really do truly appreciate it. Please click the like button, subscribe if you can. I truly appreciate it. Click that bell icon. I do videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Shorts are on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sundays are the live stream. When I'm in Thailand, I'm going to do many more live streams. I'm going to do live streams Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday, Sunday. Maybe Saturday, Sunday. And again, videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Because I've seen that a lot of people like to watch the videos after the fact. So that like this video will get a couple of views right now, but then it'll get a heck of a lot more views after the fact. So I appreciate that, guys. If you want to support, please click the link down below and buy me a coconut. I would greatly appreciate it. If you can watch a commercial and ad all the way through and click the link of the ad and let it pop up on your browser, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. That's passive income for us because the channel is monetized. Support the channel, support me. And if you have comments about the content, let me know, because I do this because you guys comment. The more comments you make, it helps me, do better. What else is going on? Completely new topic. I'm watching Game of Thrones. I know, it's been years. So my ex-girlfriend from Russia, Alice, she was huge in Game of Thrones, loved it. And I still talk to her. I just talked to her yesterday. I said, I'm on season 3. Oh my God, the big murder scene. She goes, oh yeah, that was crazy. Nobody saw it coming. I was like, yeah, I saw it coming. It made sense because I don't know anything about this show. And here's the thing, I thought it was like magic, and there is a little bit of it, there's a little bit of magic, but I thought it was like Lord of the Rings style. And I don't like Lord of the Rings. I don't like The Hobbit. I don't like Harry Potter. I've never seen Harry Potter. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I won't watch it. It's not my style. I don't like the fantasy. I like the science fiction. So this is a very interesting show. And my favorite storyline is the blonde woman with the dragons. Dirisi. I got to get the names right. But that, like, how she comes from nothing, and then where now I'm in season 4, she has like these full-grown dragons and an army and everything like that. It's incredible, and ships and everything like that. So I'm interested to see, season 5. But then I was told by Alice that the final seasons were really bad, and I'm like, you have to take the story at its story. A lot of people said that about Star Wars, and I loved it. It could have been better, it could have been different, but I still loved it because it wrapped up the story. And that's what you want. You want the story wrapped up. You don't want it being like, oh my God, they have to do more. You're like, okay, it's over. And that's how I felt with Lost. Now, Lost, I was a little disappointed with. The final 2 seasons were really a disappointment because the story went off in a different tangent, which I hated. But I had invested so many years into it that I needed that closure. You have to have that closure. So I found it okay. It could have been better, could have been different, but I was okay with it. Same with Star Wars, and I'm going to be okay with it this time because I haven't invested that much time. I've invested a few days. I mean, I go through like 3 or 4 episodes a day. So I'm already in season, where am I? Season 4, episode 6. I'm halfway through that. Season 4, episode 6. So I'm halfway through season 4, and I've got 4 more seasons to go. Is it 8 seasons? Yeah, 8 seasons. I got 4 more to go, 4.5 more to go. So yeah, I'm watching that. I was up late last night watching it. I transferred a few episodes to my phone, and I'm just sitting in bed watching it until I almost fell asleep. So it's very interesting. Like my favorite TV shows, and I'm going to do a video on this. I like Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Sons of Anarchy. Now I haven't seen Mayans yet. I should. The Sons of Anarchy spinoff, I should, but I haven't had the time. Maybe I'll watch it on vacation. TV shows, I like science fiction and comedies, like predominantly comedies, 30-minute comedies, like, Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon, like those silly little comedies. I just find them good time wasters. But sci-fi, any sci-fi, I'm into it. Star Trek, Star Wars, boom. Don't even have to ask me. I'm watching all of them. Whether it's the cartoon or live action, I'm watching all of them. Some of the kind of style, like the Dark Mirror kinds, I started liking American Horror Story, and then it just got stupid. So I stopped watching American Horror Story. I should get back into it because I heard some of the later seasons were good. Black Mirror, kind of like that Twilight Zone effect. That's interesting for me. What else do I watch? Dramas, not so much. I should get into Yellowstone. Everyone talks about it, but I'll probably wait a little while. Because I think the series just wrapped up. So, yeah. What's the other show that I am interested in watching that I downloaded? So I downloaded a couple of series. So Dune Prophecy, Foundation, another science fiction. Silo, another science fiction. The Peripheral, I can't remember what that's out, and The Outsider, which is again another like weird kind of series. And the other one that I want to actually see is Shameless. I heard really good things about this, and I've seen a few clips. It seems really interesting, about a family, and it's got some good characters in it, good storyline, good drama. Silo, I'm watching Silo. But Yeah. So, oh, what I wanted to say about Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones is June. It is June, set in a mystical world. Um, it is a very interesting similarity between June and Game of Thrones. So I actually will message my friend. So I just messaged my friend Alice to tell her that I think that Game of Thrones is a little like June. Chris, glad you're okay, brother. Enjoy that. Slow and steady, brother. Slow and steady, all the way. So enjoy the trip. We're just wrapping up here. We're coming up on the first hour. I need to take a rest because I don't have a lot to do today, but I do need to go over my packing list. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna clean up the room as well. It's a little messy here today, and go over my packing list. I have to make sure that I have everything I need bought for the trip. So I need to go over my inventory of everything that I have. I kind of made a list, but I'm gonna take the list and then I'm gonna look at the things that I have and then see what more do I need to buy. I'm pretty sure I have everything. I mean, I've ordered everything online. I ordered so many things. I'm gonna do a video about that as well. On all of the toys I bought for the trip. There's a lot of it. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I have 30 kilos of luggage on all of my trips because I have a lot of luggage. I'm actually going to have to not take a few things because there's a lot I'm taking. So yeah, vacation versus travel. I think that is going to be a good idea for a new channel. And when I start it, I've always wanted to start a new channel and start it the right way because the experience I have on this channel. So editing, search engine optimization, all of that I use AI. I'm going to invest some money and some time in figuring out the best way to launch the channel. And I think the best way to launch the channel would be teasers to get people to subscribe before material comes out. And getting the right subscribers is the most important thing. Getting subscribers who will watch. Because when they watch and interact, their algorithm will put the channel in front of other people who are like-minded. And that's how you grow. So that's why my channel isn't growing that much, is because I have the wrong subscribers. I've pivoted 3 times. So that's why the channel is like lagging a little bit, in my opinion. I've talked about that before. So it's going to take a couple of years for this channel to take off, which I don't mind. You know, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and so are you guys. So, you know, I don't mind putting in the time and the effort. I'm never going to shut this one down unless the new channel blows up. Like if it goes super crazy, super quickly, then we'll focus more time on that. And then I'll do this, right? Like that channel, or maybe I'll have those subscribers come over here, you know, so that you can, you know, we'll have 3 channels: Sarah's channel, our combined channel, and my channel. So Sarah can talk about what she wants, I can talk about what I want, and together we'll collaborate on the travel videos. So I'm pretty sure her channel will be more successful than mine. She's a cutie. I mean, she's such a cutie. She's such a sweetheart. You cannot but like her. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. So appreciate the love, the comments, the attention, the support. That is the reason why I took the time out today to do this. It's because of your support. So please continue on supporting the channel, commenting, liking, subscribing. Just a quick comment, even a smiley face, anything that you do helps the algorithm. All right, it gets it out in front of other people. So I truly, truly, truly appreciate you guys taking the time to watch and like. Okay, so I will see you guys. Let's see. Next week will be the live stream in Sri Lanka, the last one. And then in 2 weeks, we'll have a live stream. Yeah, we'll have a live stream on Sunday again from the beach, from the island. The plan is I will be in Koh Larn. So we'll be on the beach and I'm going to try to do a live stream from there. So I will see you all on the other side. I want to say thanks again. Be well, be safe. Chris, have a safe travel and be good to each other. I'm Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad. Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Be good to each other. And like I said, we'll see you all on the other side.